Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 in another part of our Aston Martin career mode. Today, we are looking to improve our fortunes. We've had a terrible time of things recently. We want to get our championship back on track. We're still miles and miles ahead in both drivers and constructors championships, but if we have more races like we had in Belgium, we are going to struggle. I think we're going to take a brand new engine with one of our drivers in Zandvoort. That usually stuff happens there. It probably will be with Lewis Hamilton so that he is sorted for Monza. We'll take one with Sainz maybe a little bit later in the year. But things are hotting up, so I really hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, give it a massive thumbs up down below. Get involved down in the comment section as well. I'm still thoroughly enjoying this series, so I really hope you are as well. And yeah, let's get going. Our final 8 races with Aston Martin then are about to get underway. And as I just turn off me little studio light, it must have got further away because I always struggle to reach it in these videos now. But first things first, we've got a development point for Lewis Hamilton, 24. What was that? 24. I don't know what I'm on about. 24. He's 94 rated in that one, I think is what I meant to say. No more development points for any of those. We have got one for our technical chief, Mr. Pierre Vaca, and one for Giampiero Lambiasi as well. So we'll go for that, and he's now up to an 88, which is great. Okay, right, continue on then. And as I say, I think at Zandvoort, you kind of want to make sure that you're doing something a little bit different, because crazy things seem to happen in Zandvoort more than any other track, or at least I've had that experience. I know I've seen some crazy things happen. We are going to promise another 1-2. I'm not that bothered about losing the money. We've got plenty of it to spend. If we have a little look at the circuit info, we are expecting to be using soft tyres, but it all depends on the weather. And as far as I can tell, there is actually no way of telling what the weather is going to be weekend to weekend. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, let's go and get a new engine for Lewis Hamilton, because he will need one. Not necessarily straight away, but he will need one. And he will take the grid penalty for that at this Grand Prix, but I suppose we don't want to put that on until qualifying. So that's... oh no, I didn't want to buy that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I've done it for Carlos Sainz now as well. I don't think you get it instantly. You get it when you basically use it. So we'll just do that. Yeah, we can't buy a new gearbox yet. Can we now? Ah, that's a bit of a problem actually. Yeah, we can use that in practice and then buy a new one, can't we? Alright, let's go to the race weekend anyway and see how we get on.
It's another historic weekend of Formula One here at Zandvoort. The track has seen many unforgettable moments, like Gilles Villeneuve's three-wheeled lap at the 1979 Dutch Grand Prix, which cost him victory. What excitement lies ahead this year? There's never a dull moment at Circuit Zandvoort. It's fast, very fast, with long straights and wide curves. But it also features 2 heavy banked corners, where aerodynamic improvements are sure to help our drivers. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. The competition is on.
Right then, it is going to rain in race day, so small chance of light rain there. We are going to bring in Oscar Piastri this weekend, and we did say we would change Lewis Hamilton's gearbox so that he could go for a fresh one in qualifying. So that's what we're going to go for, so I'll see you guys for that. Right then, we're ready to head into qualifying. We will be simulating session 1. Although, no, do we want a race with Hamilton? Lots of people have got grid penalties. Perhaps we do want Hamilton to be involved, because then he'll start a little bit further up. So let's do that. You can see Hamilton is going to have a grid penalty, as is Ricciardo, Gasly, Vettel, and Schumacher. So Hamilton could start as high as 16th, which I think would be pretty decent, actually. So we'll make sure that he can do that. We are trying to make sure that his confidence is as high as possible. We are going to use used tyres in Q2. And we'll try and get Hamilton through, but might not be the easiest feat. And we definitely want to save some tyres for qualifying 3. I'm going to send Hamilton through about halfway through the session, I think. There goes Sainz through. Where's he going to end up? A 107.4, a second ahead of George Russell. Basically, we want to out-qualify Ricciardo and Gasly and Vettel. That's essentially what we need to do with Lewis. It might well be that they don't have as many grid penalties as Lewis, and he starts at the back anyway, but we'll see. I'm expecting Hamilton to comfortably go quickest here. Well, only 7th, actually. And as it happens, it might not be enough to get through, but we're not going to risk another run for Hamilton. So, what will be, will be.
Session is over.
But let's watch the end of this session then. Valtteri Bottas, he's going to come up to the line. Can he get anywhere near Lewis Hamilton's time? He goes through, but can't get into the top 10. Stroll goes into the top 10. Leclerc goes 5th ahead of Hamilton. Here comes Perez. Where can he go? He goes 7th ahead of Hamilton. Vettel comes through. Is he going to improve? No, he doesn't. Verstappen comes through. Is he going to improve his time? Yes, he does. Gasly comes over the line. Can he go ahead of Hamilton? No, yes, yes he did, and Hamilton now into 9th. What about Norris? Can Norris get into the top 10? No, only 14th. Russell, Lewis's old teammate, can he knock Lewis out of qualifying? He can. 5th place for George Russell. Lewis Hamilton goes out in Q2. And, well, he will be starting behind Ricciardo. He will be starting behind Pierre Gasly and Sebastian Vettel. So it's a bit of a disaster for the 7-time world champion. But he is out of qualifying. Carlos Sainz, he will be in qualifying. So he's starting session 3. And he'll be hoping that he can get pole position and extend his championship lead. That's the plan.
Yeah, ready is good.
So let's get him out there. Let's see what he can produce on his used tyre lap. We're not really expecting him to get close to Verstappen today, if I'm honest. 107.4 there. Gasly P5, and there goes Verstappen. So you can see Verstappen is in a very, very strong position in this race. There's going to be a sprinkling of rain tomorrow, and that will give with it some opportunity. Red Bull 1 and 2 at the moment. Can Carlos Sainz spoil their party? He's going out there now, and he's going to be the first one to set a time. We want him to have the track to himself, be confident within himself, and we'll watch him as he takes on this wonderful Zandvoort circuit. And, well, George Russell 4th and Gasly 5th. Mercedes do appear to be back in the hunt in the last couple of Grand Prix. Of course, Leclerc won the last race. Perez finished 3rd. You know, Ferrari back on the pace. And here we go then. Carlos Sainz does not want to catch the Ferrari at the back of that queue. So here he comes then. Carlos Sainz will be starting his flying lap. Let's see what he can do on this lap. Can he produce something amazing to dislodge Max Verstappen from pole position? It does feel like Red Bull perhaps have the quickest car at this stage of the season now. Of course, we haven't developed since round one. We've just been researching for next year's car because we want to give ourselves a bit of a challenge in this final season with Aston Martin. And our strategy has come undone. We've put ourselves under pressure, and our strategy hasn't been good enough. Sainz only yellow in the first sector. What can he do in the middle sector? Can he get a better time? Yeah, green in the middle sector, but don't think he's going to get pole position. We got the Ferrari coming up to the line. Is Leclerc going to manage to do anything better? I don't think so. Oh no, they're just starting their lap now. Here comes Carlos Sainz then. He's going to come up to the finish line, and he goes and improves slightly, but only third position. So Carlos Sainz perhaps not going to take full advantage of Lewis Hamilton's grid position. There was lots of little changes there towards the end, but the only one that really matters is that Max Verstappen is on pole position ahead of Esteban Ocon in P2. Sainz will start P3 with Gasly, Russell starting P4, then Perez P5, probably Leclerc P6, Gasly, Magnussen, Ricciardo all in there. But what can we do in the race? Let's find out.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. It was a pleasure to watch Red Bull's excellent performance during qualifying. Their drivers will now be looking ahead to the race itself and hoping to capitalize. The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
So it's time for some fighting between the sand dunes here at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Right then, let's get ourselves into this race. It is, of course, going to rain at some point. We think possibly midway into the race. So I think Lewis Hamilton, a one-stop strategy, is definitely going to be the way to go. Possibly a little bit more aggressive towards the start of the race before any rain falls, and then probably expecting intermediate tyres at that point of the Grand Prix. So let's pretend that we are doing that. Maybe we want to be fairly soft on them, and then come back for a brand new soft tyre stint towards the end of the race. I think that's pretty realistic for Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz in a bit of a different position starting this race. I think we'll want to be aggressive from the start on those soft tyres and switch to those intermediates halfway through. Just like his teammate. I'll try and extend them a little bit later into the Grand Prix, but could be an issue. Could be a real issue. Let's see how it goes this Grand Prix. I think it could be an exciting one at the very least. I think Lewis is going to be aggressive from the start. I think we need that to be the case. We need Lewis firing on all cylinders. So, yeah, really, really good. Let's see what we can do. It's time for race day.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere, as ever, is electric. Taking a look here at Carlos Sainz. Starting in third place, they're in a really good position for this race. Looking down the grid, it's Hamilton. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. The race start is mere seconds away. Here we go. It's the Dutch Grand Prix.
Here we go then. We are ready for the lights. And it's lights out. Away we go here in Zandvoort. Good start off the grid for for Carlos Sainz. Sorry, he's going to try and go around the outside of Esteban Ocon, but instead he's been taken by George Russell at the start here. As Russell goes down the inside, and now Sainz responds straight away, and he will be looking to get a good run down the hill. Somebody has ran wide in the first sector, not sure who, perhaps Sebastian Vettel, as Lewis Hamilton has made a couple of positions at the start as well. Let's see what happened to Vettel, because it might have involved Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, it did, and wow, he could have been out of the race there. That was a very, very lucky incident. So we've got Ocon going down the inside of Max Verstappen, and he is through. Verstappen starting, by the way, on the medium tyres. Ocon now on the outside, and it's going to be up to Carlos Sainz to maybe have a little look here. Is he going to go down the inside? Ocon certainly is. Oh, does he upset the homeboy? Max Verstappen with his team, I suppose. Everything's on the table here, because they're not really in the championship battle. Verstappen ran slightly wide there. Now Ocon goes down the inside. This could be 3 wide going into turn 1. What an awesome start. And Ocon has the drag race. He's surely going to go down the inside. And he does. He goes down the inside of his teammates into turn 1. And Ocon now leads this Dutch Grand Prix, as Sainz is now having a look at Verstappen. Perhaps round the outside, give himself a good run up the hill. Here he goes. Carlos Sainz now really, really pushing. Can he get past Max Verstappen? He needs to if he wants any chance of winning this Grand Prix, because Ocon is going to be quicker in this first phase of the race. But he's still having a look down the inside, and he is through. What a move from Carlos Sainz. And now we're up to second position with Sainz. It's still side by side, but you would imagine that Sainz is going to be able to get past now, and he's going to drop back down to neutral on the ERS deployment. Lewis Hamilton, sorry, that's Hamilton. Yeah, we need this to be on neutral. That was a mistake. I was confused why that was happening, but here we go. We've now got Carlos Sainz potentially going around the outside. Lewis Hamilton, by the way, up to 15th position, and he has a little look around the outside, but Ocon defends well, and obviously with DRS it's going to be very, very difficult for Ocon to defend, as Hamilton still side by side with Daniel Ricciardo. Should get past him here, perhaps round the outside into the hill section. And that's good. And now potentially having a look at Valtteri Bottas as well, his old teammate at Mercedes, of course. Helped him out many, many times over the years in his championship battles. But I'm not sure.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
I'm not sure he's going to get past him quite so easily today. May well get DRS, and Bottas, I think, is just about in the DRS range of Giovinazzi. But here we go then. Hamilton with DRS, and possibly having a look down the inside of both of them here. It is just very, very tight, isn't it? As Sainz now coming around the bank, and can he overtake Ocon for the lead? Here he goes. Carlos Sainz is now gaining and gaining and gaining on Ocon. He breaks a little bit later, now round the outside. Oh, this is good racing. This is really good racing from both drivers. And now goes down the inside. I think Carlos Sainz is going to be leading this Grand Prix very, very soon. Seems to have the pace over Ocon at this stage. Doing a great job. Great, great job. Now then, I think he might want to try his luck down this straight here. DRS is open. Ocon's going to come over to defend. But Sainz is going to go down the inside. This is so close. Exciting racing here. Somebody's locked up towards the back. And we have got yellow flags. I don't know who that was. It was Stroll. Now then, is Max Verstappen going to be able to stay close to these two within DRS range? Here we go then. Ocon defends the inside line. Sainz stays there, doesn't quite manage it though. Now Hamilton will want to have a look at Valtteri Bottas down the inside. Not quite. And the last thing Hamilton needs is to be caught in a DRS train, really. So, keep an eye on that battle. Yeah, we'd quite like to harvest some energy here.
Recharge on as well, please.
Just try and get him back into a position where he can not just overtake Ocon, but stay there. Need to play the long game slightly. We are going to deploy some ARS meanwhile with Hamilton, because Bottas has lost the back of Giovinazzi a little bit here. So this is a chance for Lewis Hamilton with ERS and DRS to go round the outside. This is a good move. Very good from Lewis, and he is through. And that's exactly what we wanted to happen there. So now, Giovinazzi following Norris. Norris nearly a second behind Zhou Guan Yu. But here we go, DRS. That's going to get us closer, at the very least. Sainz still chasing after Ocon.
So just charge that pack.
So Lewis needs to charge up a little bit. He's got the pace to stay with these guys anyway. With his brand new engine, should be able to make an impact. Interestingly, he is already 8 seconds behind leader Carlos Sainz. So, leader Esteban Ocon, I should say. It's not Sainz yet. I think it will be fairly soon, though.
Just recharge off whenever you need it. Okay.
Right, we are going to deploy down the main straight. This is going to be us trying to take a chance here. I'm going to go aggressive on the tyres, try and get more than a second in front. Here we go. This is the chance. Let's see if Carlos Sainz can do it. He flicks to the outside. He's using ERS. DRS, it's not going to happen. Right, abandon ship. Abandon ship. Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, defending from Daniel Ricciardo.
Back it out. Back it out.
Is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Just need to make sure we stay within a second. Just trying to keep this ERS deployment up a little bit. So I'm going to deploy here. A bit more aggressive on the tyres.
Yep.
Yeah, this could be a chance to at least get past Giovinazzi. Yeah, he's going to hold it in there. Very good. And now Norris next. Carlos Sainz now makes a move for the lead.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Okay, you're past. You're through.
Need to get Harveston again. Lewis Hamilton having a little look at Norris there. Didn't quite happen though. Zhou Guan Yu, kind of the cork in the bottle here. If we can get past Norris.
Charge the pack.
And now trying to push hard with Carlos in this first sector, and he is already a second ahead of Ocon. It's kind of left Ocon for dead here, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We're going to keep attacking those tyres over the next couple of laps just to try and build that gap. This is probably going to be the fastest lap of the race from Carlos Sainz. Hamilton has been harvesting this lap. He's going to be aggressive here again. Around the final corner. Here we go. Keeps it nice and tight. This is going to be brilliant, I think, from Lewis.
Situation changes.
He's not using his ERS for some reason. Signs, by the way, 1.9 seconds ahead. We're going to go back to standard on the tyres for him.
Just look after this tyre set though. Look after it. All good.
He's now got a 2-second lead. So Hamilton looking down the inside here. This is brilliant from Lewis Hamilton. What a move. What a move. And now, if he can get within a second of Zhou Guan Yu, he's surely going to get himself into the top 10. Let's have a look at this. He's going to have DRS here. That's going to close him right in. And now Lewis is going to have a little bit of an attack as well. Yeah. He's going to ERS it. Out of the final corner. This should be an easy overtake for Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, pulls to the inside. He's going to be past Zhou Guan Yu without much trouble at all. Drove through the wall there, but he is okay. Yes, into the points, and now needs to break that 1 second window to Zhou Guan Yu.
Aston Martin with a great
over the course of this
moved up a place.
lap. Just to make sure. He stays nicely ahead, and there you go. There is that 1 second window. Well done, perfect job. Not quite into the DRS window of the people ahead just yet, but is pushing hard. Possibly needs a lap or two to just recharge that battery. He's now into this DRS range. This DRS train that runs all the way up to 4th place, believe it or not. He's still following very, very nicely here. So this is good stuff from Lewis Hamilton, and we followed this first 11 laps gorgeously here. Alright, let's drop it back down to standard. No need to be pushing too hard. Let's go back to Sainz. He's 2.2 seconds ahead of Ocon and Verstappen. So now I think it's time to zoom it forward a little bit. Let's just keep recharging with Lewis for now, and then give him a big push in a couple of laps' time. Now then, when do we think that rain is coming? Not that long. Not that long until we get there. So, Hamilton now going to go into neutral. And now he's going to go aggressive. And he's going to push. So, let's run on board with Lewis Hamilton and see if he can make it past some of these guys. With a little bit of extra assistance. Come on, pull to the inside, matey. No, doesn't. Not this lap. Should get a lovely run down into turn 1 though. Oh, struggling to get past here. Yep, he's going to have a little look around the outside. No, not quite. Might try through this section. Just got so much more downforce, and he may well go down the inside here. Very good move from Lewis Hamilton, and that's the sort of move he has to be making today.
This is awesome work, Lewis. Come on.
And now wants to try and get past Albon as well. Might even try down the inside here. No, Gasly trying again here. That's a bold move from him. Hamilton is fine, he's through. Now got a very good exit on Alex Albon. Back to standard now. All signs not that far away from wanting to come in. So we are thinking that rain is coming pretty soon. We've got the Ferraris and Kevin Magnussen fighting up ahead. Let's see what Lewis can do. A little bit more assistance here, a little bit of ERS deployment with the DRS. Gonna flick to the inside. He did have a little dummy there. Here we go. We'll try. Just not happening. And then let's zoom it through.
So, weather update. We are expecting some rain. Copy.
So rain is coming very, very shortly. I think we need to now go aggressive.
Just keep the pressure on, Lewis. You can do this.
Hamilton could well find himself getting past Albon in unconventional spaces. Here we go again.
Tires are getting hot.
Okay, copy. Press overtake.
Understood.
Gonna have to just harvest a little bit. Can he go down the inside? A little gander, didn't he? Didn't quite manage it though.
So stop and charge.
Right. Signs, I think, could do with a bit of harvesting as well.
Recharge on.
Right, let's
Okay.
zoom it through. Rain hasn't came yet. Is Hamilton going to have an opportunity this time? He's getting closer and closer, isn't he?
Recharge off when you're ready.
Okay.
Give Hamilton another lap. There we go.
So, light rain.
Copy.
Right, where is Sainz? He's coming round. I think get him in onto the intermediate tyres now, if we can. Let's move that down to standard now. Lewis is going to come in as well. Intermediate tyres. Get in this lap.
Okay, so box.
Sainz is in. Now he could argue, why take the risk? Why not? Would be my response. So everybody into the pit lane now. Sainz is away. If he gets out in front of those guys, he's in a lovely little space on this track, which is great. Hamilton away now. He's ahead of one of the Ferraris. I think he's perhaps ahead of Albon as well. You can see the big queue. Hamilton now away. Can he get in front of that Williams? It doesn't look like it, so Latifi has to just get back past Hamilton. Should be able to easily make the move, and he does. Without much trouble at all. Sainz, meanwhile, stuck behind one of the Mercedes cars.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
He needs to go to Sainz. He needs to get past him. He could lose out of Verstappen and Ocon here. Go! Oh, we've lost so much time. Verstappen already leaving the pit lane. And now Sainz comes through. How much time has he lost here? Comes round, and he is past Verstappen, so that's fine. Here comes Hamilton then. Where's Hamilton going to get up to? He's going to be past all of those guys, which is great. He's up to 7th now, so that's perfect. Right, most people are on the intermediate tyres. Well, let's get Harveston with Hamilton. Sainz still in 2nd place, but maintains his 3-second gap to Max Verstappen. And we've got no real concept of what other people are going to do. Are they going to come back in a little bit later on for a new set of intermediates? Or not? I would suggest they probably are, because that was 4% of tyres straight away there. And now Hamilton already fast up behind.
No need to charge the pack.
Magnussen and Perez here. Sainz retakes the lead of the Grand Prix, but Max Verstappen is catching. He is catching at a rate of knots. And Hamilton, I think, yep, Hamilton's past Ocon, so Ocon really shafted there. Ocon has only just about come out in front of Daniel Ricciardo. So, let's get deploying. Although I think overtake might be better in these situations. I've never really thought about it, but
An overtake will be available.
perhaps they deploy it at a different point. We might be able to have a go here down the main straight. Let's see. Oh, he's come right up behind Sebastian Vettel here. Oh, it's Kevin Magnussen, sorry. But no, didn't fancy it. So let's zoom it through. Oh, Hamilton did get past there. We'll watch that on the replay shortly.
Looks like Aston Martin
Let's see how we did it. Was it around the
Let's see
bank?
what happened there. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
Well, went round the outside and just had better traction. Very, very good from Lewis. And now, here we go. On Perez.
Low on battery at the moment.
Is he going to go down the inside? He is. And I think he's going to be through. Perfect. Well done, Lewis. Very, very good.
Well executed.
And you would imagine Lewis will start to slowly catch George Russell now, his former teammate. There's no DRS, of course, so Perez will struggle to stay with Lewis. So Lewis now starting to build that gap. Sainz, by the way, 2.4 seconds ahead of Verstappen. That gap is sort of balanced out now. Let's get harvesting a little bit with Lewis. Just for the next couple of laps, make sure that he's got enough battery for later in the Grand Prix. We're now in a very interesting phase of this race. If there was to be a safety car, do you come in and replenish your intermediate tyres? Looking at everybody else, they seem to be looking after them a little bit more than we are, which is quite worrying because our pace isn't astonishing compared to the other guys. But you know, we'll keep going. We might move Sainz down to a light and see how his pace compares to Max over the next lap and a half. Lewis should be pretty much on a full belly now, so let's get him back to neutral. Get him to pull away from Perez again. He's 7.4 behind George Russell. I think a podium is on the cards for Lewis today. I think he can catch and pass George. But yeah, there you go. You see Verstappen already has pulled a half a second out on Sainz over that first sector. So we are going to have to use our tyres just that little bit more. Of course, we did come in a lap earlier than Verstappen as well. We have to remember that. But Max is closing in ever so slightly on Carlos. As Lewis has now gained a second on Russell over the last few laps. I don't actually know who is lapping quickest of anybody right now. Lewis on a 15.1, Sainz 14.9, Lewis a 14.7. So Lewis is slightly quicker than his teammate, and Verstappen with his new engine in the back, of course. Lewis very much securing at least 4th place in this Grand Prix, and that would be an amazing achievement from the back of the grid. It's very, very exciting, those first 15 laps or so on the dry tyres. Verstappen now is closing in on Sainz, and we are going to have to drop down to balanced on the fuel. So I think, Max, we might have to concede the place to him here. Don't know if we can hold him off. Is there any more we can give him? Let's just have a little look at the weather update. We're still expecting that weather to persist. It's going to dry up slightly, especially towards the end of the Grand Prix, so it's all going to be weather. We're going to see people come into the pits and put on a fresh set of intermediates. And what benefit would that have over what we're currently doing? Verstappen now within half a second of Carlos Sainz. He's going to start getting into the slipstream very, very soon. There are yellow flags. Don't know who that was for. Yeah, can't quite see. It was Giovinazzi that spun. But now getting very, very close for Carlos Sainz. I think next lap we will have to watch it carefully because Verstappen is about to pull off an overtake here. Hamilton still slowly but surely gaining on George Russell. Well, here is Max Verstappen. Still chasing Carlos Sainz. Former teammates, of course, at Toro Rosso back in the day. Looks like everybody using the tyres the same. Now, is Max Verstappen going to be able to drag past Sainz? No. So Sainz wins the battle.
Tyres are getting hot. Copy that, Lewis.
Lewis Hamilton is pushing hard behind. He's still got a little bit of fuel left in him as well. But here comes Max Verstappen. This could be the chance. He has got the outside line, though. I'm not sure that's going to be good enough because Sainz can cover that inside and do very, very nicely there. He will settle for that. He's doing a good job out there. Very, very good job. Verstappen is hounding the back of his car. And it could be the traffic that comes into it. Nicholas Latifi cut adrift at the back. It could be how effectively these two get past him that decides the winner of this race. Because Verstappen clearly does not have the straight line speed to rocket past Carlos on the straight. He pulls out again. He's getting very, very close, but he needs the slipstream to be able to do that. As soon as you duck out of the slipstream, he hasn't got that anymore. So it looks like Sainz has got this battle under control. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, I think Sainz has got enough to just stay ahead of Max Verstappen. With no DRS, he doesn't have the straight line speed to be able to get past him. So let's just zoom it forward a little bit. Obviously starting to gain on Nicholas Latifi. There are yellow flags again in Sector 1.
Sounds like a spin.
It was Sonoda this time spinning. Right, there we go, blue flags. Caught it at the perfect time. And they both made it through very, very effectively. So I don't think Verstappen is going to be able to get past on this occasion. Well, he was briefly ahead there. They're still fighting away. They're going to drop below 50% on the tyres. It's going to be the big decision. Do you duck into the pits? Put on a set of inters? Max is going to have a little look here. Is he going to brake later? He does try. But he's just got no luck here. Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, still going well. Now, when are these tyres going to last until? Probably not, you know. And where would Lewis come out if he was to pit? Let's just have a little look at that. He'd come out in 13th, and we know it's very, very difficult to overtake in the wet weather in this game, so I don't think it's worth really risking anything with Hamilton. Just keep him where he is. Sainz still ahead of Verstappen. And that's, you know, a massive, massive result for us if we can pull this off. You know, I think Red Bull have been the faster team this weekend, and currently we're on for a 1-4 and they're on for a 2-6, so you can't really complain about that, can you? Sainz is doing a good job of staying in front of Max Verstappen. Yeah. It's tough. It is tough. Still ahead, as it stands. Hamilton, by the way, is catching George Russell very, very slowly, about a tenth a lap, but has waned somewhat in the last couple of laps. Let's just have a look at this. I mean, we're looking at probably another 15 laps or so on these tyres. It's going to be tight, you know. It is going to be tight. I'm intrigued to see who pits first. Surely somebody's going to have to. Let's have a look. Yeah, lots of people are struggling just like us out there. Let's zoom it forward a little bit more quickly. Yeah, 4.9 seconds now, the gap. Now, by the way, the other gap to keep an eye on is Ocon to Hamilton, because that could get a little bit feisty. Oh, some people are pitting. Some people are pitting now. What are they pitting onto? Let's have a look in the pit lane. They're onto a new set of intermediate tyres. Right. Does Hamilton come in? How long have we got until the dry tyres? Not that long. Not that long. I think perhaps we're going to have to think about it. Because we can just then attack, can't we? So we are going to come in with Hamilton. Sainz is going to stay out. Verstappen has stayed out as well.
Okay.
What about Russell? Is Russell going to stay out? Oh, Sainz has spun. Sainz has spun. Is he okay?
Here's the replay. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
Oh, he just caught a bit too much of the curb. That is very disappointing. Oh, we don't want to attack with Sainz. I've caused that. I've caused that.
Yeah, good.
That is so annoying. Hamilton comes out. He's gonna come out in about 7th, I think. Could cost him 4th place, this, but as I say, we're gonna absolutely bolt it with Hamilton. Yeah, I'm just gutted about Sainz. I've caused that spin. Yeah, I feel like we might as well pit with Sainz now, because we're not gonna get past Verstappen any other way. He was quicker.
Box and pick confirm, please. Box and pick confirm.
So Hamilton is now going to absolutely attack.
Everything you've got.
The question will be, how quickly is the track going to dry up?
That is the drain, essentially.
Copy.
So now Sainz putting on a new set of intermediate tyres. Lewis, by the way, fastest man out there at the moment. Absolutely going at it like the clappers. And Leclerc's in. We do think that the track will be drying up. But look at people's tyres, they're just awful. Sainz, is he going to be able to catch?
Leclerc in the pit lane now.
Lewis, I think, should be able to get past Gasly pretty easily here. I'm going to try and go for it. Yep, he's going to ERS it round the outside. That's good. Well done. And now just 10 seconds behind his teammate. And here goes Sainz on Ocon. And it is just survival now until the dry weather tyres.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
But we're trying something a little bit different. Gasly's into the pits. Here goes Sainz. Ocon's going to try and hold him up, but I don't think he'll have much success. Sainz has just got so much more traction up the hill. Goes round the outside. This ain't bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well done, Sainz. Good stuff. And now
You're looking good at the moment.
Lewis.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Hamilton 8 seconds behind Ocon. I mean, this is very, very interesting, isn't it? I don't know what strategy is going to come out victorious, but you can see how much quicker Sainz is compared to Verstappen. At the very least, Hamilton, is 2 seconds a lap quicker than Verstappen. If that continues on for another 7 laps, then they're going to be right on Verstappen when he comes in. And of course, Verstappen, if you think about it, his tyres, 31%. He's going to be at risk of punctures soon. So that could happen. Hamilton, I'm assuming, will have Ocon in his sights pretty shortly. 7 seconds is the gap between those two. Sainz now 7 seconds behind Russell. It's just really interesting how some of the grid have gone for the 2-stopper. Some of them are trying to go the 1-stopper on the Inters. Sainz on that last lap 2 seconds quicker than Max Verstappen. Right, I think now it's time . He is 2 seconds a lap quicker. Russell did balk, by the way. Hamilton now is going to be right on the back of Ocon. This is great stuff because you can see the track is going to dry up.
It looks like a dry line is forming.
In the next lap or so, their tyres are going to absolutely burn. So here comes Hamilton on Ocon. He's going to pass Ocon in the same place as Sainz, but the other side. And there you go, Hamilton is through very, very effectively. And now the gap is 9.2 seconds. It's a race against time.
This garage has just gone mental.
As to when we go onto the soft tyres. There's 11 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Verstappen is still coming through traffic. There is still water on the track. We've got no real idea how the tyres are performing. But surely... Oh, well, Ocon is in. Now, what is Ocon going to go on to? Let's run on board with him. You can see there's soft tyres there. So, people are going to go for the soft tyres. Now, let's keep an eye on him as he progresses through this lap. Sainz now 6.8 behind. Yeah, people are coming in now. People are definitely coming in. So, we need to come in. We need to get the soft tyres on. Sainz, of course, doesn't have any new ones, but Hamilton does. Hamilton has new soft tyres. So Sainz now starting to catch Max Verstappen. There is still a little bit of water on the track, but I do think Ocon is going to be quicker. Let's have a look at his sector times compared to us. Ocon's going to come through the middle sector split any time now. It'll probably be too late to get any sort of data on who's quickest. Yep. Sainz is in. Ocon coming through now. 24-1. Ocon is massively quicker. So
Verstappen in the pits now.
we're in now. Sainz away. And Verstappen not far in front, is he? So Sainz is away. As is Lewis. And Sainz 3 seconds behind Max Verstappen. Right. Now I'm going to have to be a little bit careful, I think.
Back it out.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go for it. Why not? Lewis has come out behind Ocon, believe it or not. That is crazy. But brand new tyres, soft tyres. And let's see if we can go and win this Grand Prix.
So focus on just bringing your tyre temperatures back under control for the moment.
And Verstappen on 90% tyres. Ocon 85% tyres. And DRS is surely going to become active. Well, it is active. There you go. Well, that's very, very bold from Sainz. Right, let's get the gaps up. 1.4 seconds now, the gap between Lewis and Ocon. And you can see Sainz chasing Max Verstappen. What did I tell you? Things always happen in Zandvoort, and this is going to be an incredibly close finish here. Hamilton very close to getting within DRS range. We're basically just going for it. We took the risk, we put on new intermediate tyres. Probably didn't make a difference with Sainz. Made his job maybe a little bit more difficult, if anything, but Lewis, it definitely paid off, I think. And Lewis now within a second of Esteban Ocon, and I think he's going to have DRS. He's not going to quite get past this time, but he is going to have DRS.
Looked like a clean lap there
And
as well.
here he comes over the line, and that's fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton.
You had fastest lap.
A 1:09.5. Absolutely stupendously good from Lewis Hamilton. And he is right on the back of Ocon now. And don't forget, we do have a bit of ERS deployment to use as well. We might as well push the engine to give ourselves the extra boost. So Sainz 2.2 behind Max Verstappen. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. This is going to be like taking candy from a kid, you would imagine, with DRS. Yeah, I think very wise to wait. I don't think Hamilton is going to have enough to catch the leaders in these last 7 laps, but he might as well try. He's going to deploy. Here we go.
7 laps remaining.
He pulls all the way to the inside. This is going to be an easy overtake for Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis from the back of the grid is going to finish 3rd at the very least in this Grand Prix. Very good overtake.
Come on.
And now he's going to attack. Sainz rolling through the first sector. Now within 2 seconds of Max Verstappen. Lewis within 10 of Max. He's desperately trying to get more than a second in front so he doesn't have to defend from Ocon. just about got more than a second in front, but I think Ocon will have DRS. Nope, doesn't look like it actually. So, did manage it. Now then, Carlos Sainz is on 75% tyres. He's 1.8 seconds behind.
6 laps remaining. 6 laps.
Max Verstappen. He's got 0.4 kilograms extra fuel on board. And he's got 70% ERS deployment. I mean, what kind of needs to happen?
So we are low on battery at the moment.
Understood.
We need to get into his DRS range. .6 seconds the gap.
5 laps remaining.
It's amazing. Lewis Hamilton is probably the one that's the quickest out there, which I guess makes sense. Sounds just a little bit quicker than Verstappen on that last lap. We've just got to be careful. We got to time our run here. And obviously with the traffic, Sainz might get an extra dose of DRS here. This could help. Oh, well, he might get it down the bank. This could work out very nicely. It all depends on when that AlphaTauri gets out the way, and it's gonna be DRS range for Carlos Sainz. Oh, it should have been. He hasn't got DRS. 4 laps remaining.
4 laps.
Well, that could be the crucial blow. We're now gonna attack on the tyres.
Everything you've got.
Yeah, Lewis still.
Okay.
Still very much quicker than both of them in front. And now he's closing to within a second. Back to aggressive.
Just look after
We need to
his
time
tyres
it. As I
look
say,
after
you don't want to pass him too early and give him the chance to come back at us. We need to time this for a last lap push. 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go.
Lewis Hamilton, you can see he's not far behind them. Really isn't. So any mistakes he's going to pick up off them. He's going to feed off them. Now Sainz needs to be a little bit careful on fuel. Lewis is okay. He's got another couple of laps. And now Sainz is within touch of Max Verstappen. He's going to have DRS here, so he'll close right in. So I think this is going to have to be when we go for it. So we're going to attack. We're going to deploy. And we're going to watch and enjoy as Carlos Sainz is going to steal this victory off home star Max Verstappen, he's got DRS, he's got ERS, and he's flying past Max Verstappen now. He goes down the inside, and he is through. So Carlos Sainz leads the Dutch Grand Prix. He's now going to have ERS deployment for the next 2 laps as he tries to pull away from Max Verstappen. He needs to be more than a second in front. He cannot afford to be repassed by Max Verstappen, but Verstappen is staying close. Verstappen doesn't want to be defeated. Perhaps Verstappen has timed it well as well. He knows he's got 1 more lap to do it. He's going to have DRS here. He's going to be able to close right in on Carlos Sainz, but Carlos Sainz now coming up on traffic. This is going to be a very intense end to the Grand Prix. We have now got Max Verstappen right behind Lewis Hamilton. Here we go. And Sainz has now not got any deployment. Here comes Max Verstappen with DRS. Is he going to be able to take the lead again? Oh, they're very, very close on track, aren't they? This is crazy. Carlos Sainz needs to stay in front of Max. It could be a drag race up to the finish. He hasn't got any ERS left. We didn't really want to use it in any other situation other than to pull away from Max, and it hasn't really worked in that sense. There is a big gaggle of cars, so could they save Carlos Sainz? If he can get DRS from them, he might have a chance. Lewis Hamilton still pushing hard on his car. 7.1 ahead right now. Sainz is through, but Verstappen, I thought, was going to potentially have a dive bomb there. Verstappen's still there. He's still having a little look. He's going to have DRS all the way up to the finish line. It's going to be a drag race. Carlos Sainz is going to push the engine all the way up to the line. Who's going to win it? Carlos Sainz is by a 1/10 of a second. Carlos Sainz wins the Dutch Grand Prix, and here comes Lewis Hamilton from the back of the grid. Lewis Hamilton finishes 3rd, and Esteban Ocon, the person who was leading at the start, has finished 4th. Lewis has run out of fuel after crossing the line. Russell finishes 5th. We've got Kevin Magnussen now, and I think that is Perez. I mean, Lewis has essentially ended the race here because there's no DRS on the last straight. So they're all having to go very, very slow around Lewis. And, well, what a Grand Prix it was. Zhou Guanyu will be quite disappointed. He's only finished 12th. I think he had an opportunity today. And yeah, you can see that they're having to slow right down as they go past Lewis. Wow. Lewis left everything out there, didn't he? And to finish only 7 seconds behind his teammate after starting 20th, that is mightily impressive. And we've seen some incredible racing in this episode. I have to say, it was probably one of the best races of the series so far. Definitely one that I will remember for a long, long time. Just lots going on, lots of action, and lots of great overtakes.
Imagine how chuffed they must be. A podium is a real feat, and it's been accomplished in style.
And Sainz extends his championship lead by 10 points, which he'll be very happy about. But Lewis, obviously starting at the back, a free engine essentially. Like, this could have been the result in a normal Grand Prix, and Sainz will know that, but he's got that opportunity later in the season to do the same. Might be somewhere like Mexico that he does that.
Taking home the silverware along with the most valuable points. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
Yes, there's definitely cause for celebration here. This team can take anything that's thrown at them and come through even stronger.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
Well, there you go then. Carlos Sainz wins the Dutch Grand Prix. He beats Max Verstappen to second, with Lewis Hamilton in third with the fastest lap. And look at that, a 1:08.2. Lewis was on it at this race. Ocon finishes fourth with Russell fifth, Magnussen sixth, Perez seventh, Ricciardo eighth, Leclerc ninth, and Pierre Gasly in 10th. There are now 14 points separating the top two. Sainz ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen in third. He's still not out of the race, but you wouldn't call him a favourite. But he's not that far behind. You know, I think we have to appreciate that and respect him as a big threat. But 6 wins each for the title protagonists, and well, it's going to be an intense end to the season. We now lead by 196 points in the Constructors. Lewis Hamilton does not have a dev point. Sainz doesn't either. What about Piastri? Hey, Piastri does. Wonderful. Right, 4.2 million profit into the bank. Okay then, next time we've got the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. We could, well, take Sainz's engine there. My only worry is that it's a very narrow track to do overtakes. But I suppose Zandvoort is too. I don't know whether Sainz will be able to do it there. I'm hoping a much wider track like Mexico, he might be able to pull it off. Let's just have a look at what races we've got left. Singapore is a no-no. Japan is a no-no. US is a possibility, as is Mexico. Sao Paulo, I guess, but then by that point you are kind of at the last Grand Prix, so there's no real point in doing that. But yeah, what a race. What a race. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this episode, because if you have, leave a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 manager content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.